Stay focused, everybody. We need to be calm. Thoroughbreds, welcome back to another episode of this week's podcast from Penalty Broncos. We are the number one Broncos podcast that we listen to, coming to you from the bandwagon bar. Langers is still in Bali, getting his singlet tan on. But we do have our number 8 here ready to truck a bit of nut in what is most likely going to be a very, very heavy lift for this episode. Ringer, mate, how has your week been?
Britto, we come together tonight really licking some wounds. I think there's going to be a nice little roast session coming up for all the Thoroughbreds. I hope we can all vent all our anger out, get it out of the way early before we start looking forward to a bye where we can probably, get 2 points if we, turn up a little bit better than what we did today. But, mate, been a bit same old, mate, flat out this week. It hasn't been that long since Between Chats, mate. Stable chat only a couple of nights ago. And back again here on the Sunday after. Been a good weekend, mate. Got to see a bit of footy, fair bit of work, but watched a bit of footy and some wild upsets and tipping scores. So, rugby league is alive and well, mate, as long as you're not a Broncos fan, I think. So how's your week been?
Mate, my week, I always finish my week off thanking my lucky stars that I'm not a Newcastle Knight fan. Okay, so that's where I like to start, Thoroughbreds. Could be worse. It could always be worse. But no, I had a bit of a quiet week, actually. Not a lot going on. Had a chance to go to the Cowboys v Manly game, but we were a bit optimistic with our time management skills. The middle boy had a soccer match at 4:00. Kickoff was at 5:30. And considering that we arrived at the soccer fields at 8:30 a.m. for the first game for the littlest one.
Nice.
Big day. So we called can that, pulled the pin, and then sat on the couch and watched it instead. So, and then we had to do that today. We had to watch what we were doing with our team.
Mate.
Not a good weekend for Queensland teams.
No. I notice, this prop I have here with me, holding my microphone because I'm sick of it not picking up my voice from mere inches away. It's not intentional, Thoroughbreds, but at the moment I can't help but think it's warranted, being 2 points ahead of the wooden spoon riding Eels at the moment. So, yep, we got to dig ourselves out of this hole that we're all in mentally. Broncos have been breaking me down mentally over the last few weeks. So, it's time to pull our socks up and give everyone a good roasting, I think, tonight. And then hopefully, Thoroughbreds, you join us for a cathartic session of pure, unadulterated emotion.
I want to just reach it. I just want to give a shout out to a couple of the Thoroughbreds. So on the after game thoughts graphic that we put up on Instagram, a couple of really good comments here, and I'll shout them out at the start before we get into it. Bit of different vibe for this podcast. Dave.s.13. He's asking where he can get his season ticket refunds. Hold in there, brother. We'll hold in
Pulling
there.
the pin before Origin is signs that something's going wrong.
Hold in there is all I can say. Ike54, he's had a couple of rants here. Marty Taupau, Big Ben would have done more effort than some of the guys on the bench today. Yes, we are a bit disgusted with those stats, and they will come up as we go through this. He then goes on to say, Ricky does the same lazy defense error under pressure like the 2023 grand final. This loss hurts. Many opportunities, but did not pull through. Correct there. Lincoln.Neil in the stadium thought Haas was going to get to the line, mate.
Oh, you're not alone.
My lounge room erupted. But Gutho did Gutho things.
Yes.
As you called in the stable chat, Ringer. If we didn't
Gutho's
show
going to
up,
be Gutho.
Gutho's going to do Gutho. Peter, I am not even going to finish the rest of that off, but Peter, changes are needed. And when prompted, he wants Carrigan back to lock, Willison starting prop, and Hunt back at 9 when he is back, and Moser at 14. So, a couple of good shout-outs there. Love to see the comments and the interactions with our social media content. Please keep it coming, guys. Hopefully those lads are listening to the show, at least. Right. Get the shades off.
Right, let's rip this shit.
Putting the glasses back on.
I'm glad you did that because I
this.
cannot read this stat sheet with glasses on. They got that many fucking scratches on them. It's not funny.
Perfect. All right. Game review. Now, keep in mind we haven't really had our, standard deep dive into the stats with the game happening just a couple of hours ago. But, man, oh man, if being a Broncos fan was easy, everyone would want to do it. But it's not. And they say that the Lord tests his strongest soldiers, as far as I'm concerned. Quick disclosure before we do continue, though. So, Ezra Mam in the team, played well today. He is a Broncos player. If you want to hear our thoughts on the Marty Taupau and versus the Ezra Mam that every content creator has just jumped on for easy views, easy likes and whatever, skip forward to the wrap up before we wrap up at the end of the show. We're going to go through that there. But until then, Ezra is a member of the team, the top 30, and we will be treating him the same way that we treat everyone else. If he goes well, we'll glaze him. If he doesn't, we'll call it out or call it as it is at least, see what we can see. So yeah, we'll explain more when we get to the back end of it, but we're just going to treat him pretty normal for the time being. Attendance today was 38,016, so well done, Thoroughbreds that got out to that. Keep an eye on those numbers though, because fans like to talk with their feet. And if we keep losing, I don't know. I don't know what those numbers are going to look like, to be honest. But we'll have a look at that as we go. First half today, up against the Dragons at Suncorp Stadium, 2 o'clock kickoff, sorry. First half, 12-4. Broncos went into the sheds up, but we've seen this in the last game as well. Second half, 14-26. Dragons came out and just put an absolute pile on us for a finishing score of 26-30, going down there. Possession was pretty even, 49-51%. Completion rate was abysmal, 72% for us. We once again, another fucking stat where our attempted sets was nearly the exact same number as the opposition's completed sets.
Yeah,
we had 37 at our disposal. We only completed 27. They had 41 and completed 36. You can't win footy games like that.
No.
Average set meters though, we got 47.48.
Yeah,
up against
probably
39.16.
I think.
Yeah, yep. And then tackle efficiency, we lost there, but it was close it was close tackle efficiency, 87%, 86 between us both. Penalties conceded, 6-7. We won that by 1. Cool. Errors though, 13-6. Just abysmal. Another interesting point though, and this is just being a one-eyed Bronx supporter, ruck infringements 3-0.
Yep.
So we were the only team that did ruck infringements for 80 minutes.
And once again, Britto, inside 10 metres once we cross our 40-metre line. This is, I think, what round are we in? 11.
11.
I think this is the 6th team where we've played that haven't been pinched for inside the 10 once.
Yep.
So, anyway, it doesn't matter today. We weren't good enough. But, I mean, it's an interesting thing that keeps bobbing up that teams do not get pinched for inside the 10 against us. So whether that means that we're playing the ball too slow or they are just getting away with murder. So it's interesting stat.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Righto, well, we're going to run through the game again. So consider this the Band-Aid getting very slowly ripped off.
This is a Chinese water torture. This is. It's slow, it's painful, and it's going to fucking take forever.
This is the Airbnb they call Guantanamo Bay, and it's going to be an absolute water bath. It started off all positive. I've got here 2nd minute, great kick chase from Ricky. I was like, yes. This is what we need. We went set for set there for a little bit with the Dragons back and forth. First error of the game. Didn't go via us either. It was a Dragons drop ball on a backline movement. Great stuff. It was all positive. Then, unfortunately, the Dylan Egan injury.
That was sad.
So I get it. The game doesn't stop for that sort of stuff. It just moves on, and if it gets back involved with it. But I feel like that probably should have been stopped. I mean, the ball nearly hit him on his on the knee that he tore the ACL on.
How come they stopped it when Cook got fucking poked in the eye? Like, up the other end when we were charging the line. Like, old mate's blown his knee out. He's out for the season. Like, you don't know that at the time. And, I understand, but you should go a couple of plays. But if he's still laying in position, surely they stop it.
Yeah, I know. I feel that close to the try line. Like, if you're coming out of trouble, the chances of you getting back to where you were very slim. So play on, sure. But if you're in, it's like a 6 again set. If you're in that range for a 6 again and a player goes down injured, I feel like you should have to stop it. I know that there's if you fake a cramp or something, but I mean it's a bit different. Like, if you got to have a call out to the ref, mate. You need to stop it. We're taking him off, sort of thing.
If the game has to stop, you have to go off.
Yeah. That sort
Don't
of
matter.
stuff.
It's like the same as a head injury thing. If you're laying there faking a cramp, you're not gonna fake it if the game stopped because of you. You got to run off the field. So it's only for the serious ones.
That's it. So unfortunately, Egan looks like he's done his MCL or ACL.
ACL, they said,
ACL, poor bugger. So season done and dusted for him, and a majority of next year too, I would have to think. Then I've got just after that. So once the game got going, 5th and last option put down by Stags. In our first real attack at the line. Didn't think much of it. What did your thoughts?
A pattern. I just want Thoroughbreds to notice what happened here from our usually good little general, and it's going to create a pattern for the rest of the game where I think, unfortunately, our little captain needs a fair bake because this is the start of some pretty poor 5th tackle options and options in general from Renault. So this is the start of it.
Yeah, correct. I've got a little note here. Mam put a bit of a solid hit on Sewer in defense.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's okay. So Ezra, yes, he's been out, most of this year, and he's just letting everyone know that if you want to creep down his side, he'll shot you if you want to run straight at him. So I thought that was pretty good, and I guess it probably set the tone for the rest of the match as well, in terms of Ezra's individual game, sort of thing. So put that on there. 6-minute floating forward pass from Cobbo to Mariner. That would have been a pretty mint little.
I don't really understand what happened there from Selwyn because it didn't have to be thrown the way he did. That ball curved, didn't it? Like it was a strange one. It went in front of like it was forward, but I mean it went in front of Val's chest, and then it ended up behind him. It was queer how bloody done that. So, but yeah, it was one of them things where it's like, okay, so we've got the numbers, we've done the right thing, misfired. I wasn't angry at this stage because it was like, that's just something that happens sometimes.
Yeah, that was 2 incomplete sets for us so far.
Yep.
And the Dragons had one. 8th minute, Cobbo grabbed the ball that he should have let go over the dead ball line. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one. Like, it definitely should have got called on the commentary as well. They were like, I don't know why he didn't just let that go.
Yeah.
7 tackle set there would have been pretty handy to get out of trouble. So he'll most likely look back at that one with a little bit of regret. But we had great pressure in defence.
Yes.
The Dragons were a little bit rudderless, I guess you could say.
They didn't look
when they
like
were attacking.
Getting past us. We look good. We look solid. So,
and then Mam kicked on the 5th tackle option, which I thought was great. I was pretty happy that Adam didn't have to take the full force of that option tech. And I did think at the time, are we grindy enough now? Like, this is good. We had a drop ball on the 5th tackle, but we were within 5 meters or 10 meters or whatever it was. So the line, sure, we had that one little forward pass that was, shit. Don't do that again.
It was on.
It was on. And where we just get into our sets, kicking down, tackling, get into our sets, kicking down.
Happy with it. Like, to be fair, and I wasn't happy with the drop balls, but they weren't silly shit ones. They were just like things that happen to normal teams.
And then the 10th minute, offload from Haas to Walters, out the Stags. And the best thing I seen about it, Stags took the tackle.
100%.
Didn't try and force the issue. Looked up, got to his front pretty much. Love that. Renault kick was left behind by Sloan after that little bit of a break for a dropout. And the Dragons kicked it long. But once again, incomplete set. But we were in attacking shape again. Now I started to get a little bit worried.
It's like, what the fuck? Why are we dropping the ball every 5 seconds again?
Yeah. So now I was starting, and a little thing flashed up at the time of the 15th minute. This was 52% to 48% possession. So very even with how we were going. Then we got a penalty as we were coming out of trouble. 30-meter line. And Renault kicked it over, and we started the new set right on the 50. Willison had a great run. Quick play. Mam offload. Renault kick. Repeat set. Okay, cool. Happy now. And then off the scrum, I think it was, or might have been a little bit later, that try to shiver off the Mam try assist.
Yeah, Ezra Mahomes.
Boy, oh boy. And I tell you what, the Warriors fans have not forgotten about the Reece Walsh forward pass.
No.
Holy dooly. We put up a reel, Ringer put it together for the Warriors game where Roger knocked that game on. Who grabbed it offside? I forget who it was.
CHT, I think. Channel leader.
And we put that up, and we're like, was that a bad call? Not picking on the Warriors at all. We're just picking on the bunkers and the referee and all that, and got basted by Warriors fans. What about that? Yeah, again. What about that 2023 semi-final? Yeah, the one that you lost by 30 points?
Close.
Anyway, it was a try. Shiver goes over once again. Great support play. Mam doing Mam footwork that we all missed. So cool. First points to us. Let's go. Then the set after points, I put a note here that we did get to our kick.
Yeah.
And the runs seem to be getting shared.
Yes. I was going to say, this is, at this stage, I'm happy that Jordan seems to be taking a few hit-ups. We seem to be using Xavier a bit. Kobe's really getting into his work, taking at least a run a set. Sharing it around. I'm thinking this is good. This is positive. A couple of Kobe's runs were bloody good too. And, that's all we need. but as you probably guess, things start going downhill soon.
In the 21st minute, we got a inside the 10-metre penalty to give the Dragons a set inside of our 50. With a 34-metre gain, Sloan knocks on the kick. So just another thing, why do we always seem to get Brandy as our commentator?
Oh, mate. Greg Alexander absolutely fucking hates the Broncos. When the Dragons won, I'm sure he climaxed. Like, he was fucking so happy at it. And we get, like you said, we get him all the time. But anyway.
We get him all the time. I don't understand it. I loved it because sometimes during that game, he'd say a few things and then next thing we score a try out of nothing and he's got to try and come up with something to say. But frustrating. 23rd minute, shaped a kick, inside ball to Carrigan. That was forward. Offload attempt. Mam failed to regather. If Mam had gathered that, he would have been dangerous in a bit of broken play there.
100%. But add this to the Renault. Why when we're 40 out from their line? Why are we doing this? We're up. Pin them in a corner. Bash them. They might knock it on. Like, we don't need this shit at this time. So, I don't know what Renault was thinking today. Like, I'm all for it. This is exactly what we said in the stable chat. All for that when we're 18 up. Go for it. Like, put some scoreboard pressure on if they're going to fucking, make them, if they need to score points. And, I just don't understand why we do it when we're, anyway.
Yeah.
It's building.
That's it. At this rate, I wouldn't even be game for them to do it 20-0 up at the way that we let go of the lead.
Not
Jesus
now.
Christ.
Not this season.
We're not dog walkers this season, that's for sure. Let go of that lead pretty quick. Set restarts in the 24th, around that 24th minute, set restarts by 2. Gutho, I've got a note here, Gutho being a menace.
Yeah.
I started getting a bad feeling about it, eh?
Yeah.
He was just doing his thing. We went to our bench for the first time. Corey Jensen came on for Kobe at the 24th minute, which is pretty much clockwork.
But still it still blows me away. But anyway, yep.
Yeah, it does. And Thoroughbreds, we do hear there is a lot of noise out there. A lot of yous have been going off since before a ball got kicked that they don't want Kobe at 13. I was negative on it, but I was negative on it because I was thinking of him as a ball player. I didn't see him as a ball player. But I thought if he was there purely just to tackle, then that's great. Let's go. But he just doesn't seem to have the motor to be able to do that.
Well, I'm starting to wonder, does he not have the motor, or I still can't get my head around this change, because at this stage Kobe's probably taken 3 runs and made 10 tackles.
Yeah.
Because I think he only made 19 or something in the whole game. So maybe, but I don't think he should be fatigued. And if you want to find a way to get Jensen on, find another way, because I just can't. I don't understand it. Then it comes back to bite us later in the game.
Yeah, that's it. And the change must be that Carrigan then plays a lock role, because Jensen's not a lock. Anyway. At this stage, so that was in the 24th minute. At this stage, the Dragons have obviously had Egan go off, but they've also used another interchange. So they're behind the 8 ball in terms of interchanges at the moment. 25th minute, Cook tried to grub her. Mam trapped and went to regather. Cook penalised for tackling without the ball.
Yeah.
How did you see that one?
Yeah, 100%. He did.
Yep.
Like, he was getting beaten and he did you can't do it. Like,
yeah.
It mightn't be fair, but you can't do it. So, you know, it was a penalty every single day of the week.
Yeah.
It would have been interesting if Ezra got it clean, whether they would have called it a penalty, but because he knocked it on, like...
Yeah, that was a bit weird. I didn't really get a good look at it, and then I missed the replays doing something, maybe writing these notes. And so I was like wondering if it was meant to be a little bit more.
Looking at it live, it didn't look at it, but when you see the replay, Cookie definitely grabs at him. So,
yeah, fair enough. 27th minute, Mam try. Last tackle play, great footwork. is what I've got down here. And that footwork is what we have missed, I guess, in that 6 roll. Yeah, so, but it was the last tackle play again, and we didn't look like kicking it.
Once again, mate, and like, this is, if you looking back at the game, like, it was only Ezra's brilliance. Moving while the pass is in the air to get back inside his man, and then the double jink off the right to get inside everyone. But the pass was pretty bad also from Renault. Like, Ezra had to catch it above his head, sort of behind his shoulder. So he done well to take it for a start, let alone score a try.
Yep.
Don't know about the option. Well, like, again, Renault, what the fuck, mate? Grubber it in, chip it over the top, do something. I just don't understand that option. So,
Yep. At that point, missed tackles were winning that. So we had 10 missed. Dragons had 15. I was like, sweet, keep going. We'll keep going. 28th minute, we went to the bench again. Fletcher Baker comes on for Payne Haas. The Dragons are, at this stage, they are 4 interchanges in.
Yep.
Yeah, so
they did an interesting one, actually. They started with what's the big boy's name? The big
Lowry.
Big Todd, not Todd Lowry, whatever his name is, but Lee Lowry, and then they brought DeBellin on for a long stint after. So that was interesting tactic.
Yeah. Fletcher Baker. I don't know.
No.
He's a big boy. I know you've got some pretty strong opinions on it.
Mate, he's the closest NRL player to, I think, fucking me ever. Big, slow, fucking soft. Can't win contact. Is almost null and void laterally in defence. I put a clip together that we might put up when this episode comes out. That might be a little bit better for one of the tries where who scored the try? Gutho, I think.
Gutho.
When they were offloading on the line, Fletcher's standing under the post watching all this unfold
next to the
waiting.
rep.
Next to just like, I'll just wait here, and like, it was awful, absolutely awful. So
closest
I can't
person
see
to him was Cobbo.
Keep the kid. Like, I honestly, what I think's happened is because he did look like something worth pursuing when he was at the Roosters. I think he's grown too much.
Yeah, right.
He must have. Like, I can't remember being him this big and that immobile. So,
yep.
Anyway, definitely Fleck. If he puts on another jersey, well, I think I'm going to have to march on Red Hill. I don't know, because there's got to be someone. Poor Fletcher. Well, he just doesn't have it, mate. It's just.
Well, the Thoroughbreds are calling for Big Ben Takura.
Yes, we've got.
He needs to be there.
And if he, I don't care what. There's got to be another prop. That Matty Colner that I put him above him. So we've got Big Ben Takura there. Obviously, he should be somewhere sniffing around that team. But if you're that dead against putting him in, I reckon that Matty Colner would do a hell of a lot better job. So I don't know. I just can't. I can't see what the benefit he brings, because he is a big boy, but he's lumbering. Like, he's steady. He gets to the line, gets tackled. He found his front a couple of times, but other times he got rolled because he's so tall. Like, he's so big and slow. So I don't know. I just can't see it. He's got to go.
The set in the 29th minute, so the set after points, we did get to our kick. So positives on that one. 30th minute, once we had it back in our hands there, Jesse put it down on the third tackle after a short side play. The right idea, but this is where I was saying before, at 12-0, is that the time to start doing those sort of plays?
Exactly.
It was the high percentage play. Now, it was great play up until the pass to Jesse. So maybe we just pull that up one short there.
Is that, I'm just trying to find it again. Jesse, third tackle. Yeah, that was Jesse's fault. Jesse was not in the right position for that.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So, but I mean, again, was it the right percentage?
Take the tackle.
Yeah, just take the tackle. Don't push it out to Jesse if he's not there.
Yeah.
I understand Jesse needs to get to that point though, but and then on the 30th minute we go to the interchange again for our third one. Piakura comes on to give Big X a breather leading into half time. 31st minute, Dragons got to their kick on our line, cleaned up by Mam. Again. Our defence, I put a note here, was great in general play. The Dragons had no shot. If they had to get the shape and they had to run a set play, they had no chance. Our defence was coming up at them and they were just going sideways. They weren't coming forward. They were doing nothing. Broken play, though, we are not shoulder-to-shoulder, die for the next man inside of us sort of stuff at the moment.
Yes, we seem to be three fellas are going to do that job. If there's an offload or if there's a slight break in tackles, we seem to be sixes and sevens, so that is disappointing.
Correct. 35th minute, Tyrone Sloan has a try from a crossfield kick, gathers, puts it down. Bit of controversy with the contest from Jesse, but even in the officiating, even Brandy was backing Jesse in that. When the ref sent it up and was like, just check that, Brandy immediately went off.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Exactly. It wasn't high, and it's not. They're contesting in goal. It's not as if it's 10 metres out where you can tackle him in the air. Like, what's he meant to do? Like, even Brandy said, what's he meant to do? Just not touch him until he puts the ball down? Well, the only thing that saved that was he did get it down cleanly, so it was a try anyway. But if he did pull that ball out and then they call it a penalty, it's like, what fucking for?
Yeah.
Like, so the rule is if you're going over the line and you've got three blokes on you, if you're over the line trying to put the ball down, old mate can rake it out.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not a penalty because you're in a try-scoring moment.
And
so
how
are
the
two
act of
people
scoring.
going up for the ball? Active scoring, exactly. So how are two wingers going up for the ball in the in-goal? Should be free reign unless you're taking his fucking head off and or putting him in a dangerous position. So, yeah, that's a strange one for me.
But I even called it
he
at
got
the
it
time.
Down, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. But it's like they said, imagine if that's like a grand final, he does knock it on and then they call it a penalty. It's like, what are you fucking talking about?
Yeah. And I mean, he went from contesting the ball and then within a split second, his arm can't disappear. His arm's there because he's gone to catch a ball. Anyway, we move on from that. So the set after those points, so they missed the kick as well. So at the moment, it's 12-4. The set after those points, we kept them, and they got to about 54-metre gain, I think it was, but they got to their kick. Fair enough. 69% to 89% completion at this time in the game.
We're still under. We're at 70, they're at 90. It's, and we're in front. So this is where you think, okay, boys, go into halftime, come out, we hold the ball.
Yep, that's it. Man puts on an absolute bone rattler on Gutho. Lost ball, but the Dragons regather.
100% a knock on.
Yeah.
Like, how did it touch Mam? So, that's a knock on. But anyway, we've thrown 14 forward passes at this stage, so we'll let them have that one.
Yeah, that's it. 38th minute, little stat popped up there. We had 6 tackles in the opposition 20 compared to their 16, and it just starts getting very eerily similar to previous games. Yeah, and we are begging for the halftime bell to go.
We're crying for mama.
Yep. 39th minute, knock on Dragons in the red zone. Backline play. Jesse took on the line. Now, I love this from Jesse. We've been a bit vocal on the show about Jesse he is the smaller winger. We understand his role is the finisher, and he's been doing that. He's second, I think, still in the try scoring for the league. But the way that he took on that line was very confident. He had no other intentions. The slow-mo
front on, he's like, I'm fucking going through this gap and getting this ball away. It was, I loved it.
It was so good. And that flick pass back to Shibba, just beautiful. Love that. Just, if Shibba had I don't know if he miskicked it or not.
Did, yeah.
Yeah, because the inside to Mam was the play there. Mam
100%.
was
screaming.
sniffing around. Yeah, he was screaming on the inside. So So that went over and that finished out the first half there.
But,
So,
see that shit, that's when you do it.
yeah,
A minute to go.
yeah.
Pull the trigger on that. We have that in us, that we have that sort of talent. If that comes off, it's probably a different story, this game. But, I mean, that's when you do it, because there's not as big of consequences. So,
100%.
yeah, I was happy for it. The play was pretty good. It was only a missed kick from Shibba. Shibba had a fucking great game, so I'm not even mad at him. So
did as well. So quick stats at the halftime there: 50-50 possession, 73% completion to 83%, 89 to 84 runs. As I say, this Thoroughbreds Broncos first because they're the home team. Dragons second, if you're wondering. 268 meters post contact versus 229. 4-0 in the line breaks. So doing damage there. 8-14 tackle breaks, which I thought was a bit weird. But you get that. 45.52 meters average set compared to 38.43. So we even increased our average set meters in the second half and just didn't do anything with it. 6-5 offloads. We were losing the defense at that point. They were tackling at 92%. 14-9 missed tackles, 6-4 errors, 3-2 penalties, 2-0 in the ruck infringements, and 1-0 inside 10 meters. The Dragons left did look dangerous, and that's Mariner and Stags.
They looked dangerous, but they didn't get through. We have to remember.
Correct. Zero line breaks.
They looked like they were going to. They looked like they were going to open us up with Val, but they didn't. It was scrambly, it was scrappy, but they didn't get through. So I was pretty, I heard the commentary say that. I was like, yeah, that might be where because the other side, they didn't offer up anything. So, they had to look dangerous some way, but yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So we start the second half there set for set at the start. It was real good to watch. And then Baker puts it down on the third tackle. Very poor ball security. That was a very amateur way to lose the ball, I feel.
He wasn't winning any friends in my lounge room, that's for true, Fletcher. With his bloody, he only made 4 runs for the game, and he knocked that one on. I was like, why are you here, son? I'm sorry. Yeah. I hate to run players down, but you're getting me too passionate, Broncos, by losing fucking games where we should be pumping these losers by fucking 40. And you do this shit to me, so you get what you're given. Now,
a couple of Dragons fans will say that in the first half we got the rub of the green, but fucking this in the 44th minute, that high tackle that Ricky got pinged for was fucking disgraceful.
Disgrace.
That was terrible. Terrible. Anyway, 45th minute, there's an illegal steal, penalty against us as they're coming in.
That is another fucking howler. Absolute fucking howler. Anyway.
But they get 2 for it, so they go for 2. I guess that's to make up for the misconversion that they had in the first half.
Yeah.
Sure. But just referee blunders. I know we did the forward pass. I know there was a couple that they missed and whatnot, but let's just remove the result, remove the teams. Referees in general.
This week have been fucking awful.
Before this last couple of rounds, you could sit there and say the NRL are the ones that are fucking this game. Why are you doing crackdowns on head highs? Why are you doing the sin bins? All that. And since then, the refs have really gone, hold my beer. Because Jesus Christ,
There's but there's the problem with it all is it's not just a ref. He's got 2 touchies and a fucking bunker in his ear at all times to go, bro, call that. That's fucked.
Yeah.
That Dolphins Warriors one is the worst I think I've ever seen, because there was 2 fuck ups in one play, and then it leads to a try that decides a game that's only 4 points in the end. And then Ezra's forward pass was impossible to be backwards the way it's just, you can't keep doing it. And then they've come along with this one. Oh shit, we fucked up. You wonder whether it is in their head, because they are human. Oh, we fucked up here. Maybe we'll we better not call this one on the Dragons because that's unfair. It's like, no, we just want all mistakes to not, don't stop fucking it up.
Yeah. Don't try and make amends. 2 wrongs
Yes.
don't make a right sort of shit.
100%.
49th minute, great kick chase from Ricky. Nearly got us a repeat set there. Down on their line. I thought that was pretty good from Ricky. I was hoping that was the start of something. But unfortunately it wasn't. Then we've got 50th minute, great run by Staggs. He made 25 metres in that run that he did. It was great. Cobbo took the tackle, which I thought, again, I made a note of that because sweet.
Happy.
Like, he didn't force it. The quick play eventually got Sewer in the bin. Renault kicked the penalty. Absolute dog's breakfast. That whole play was messy. Gutho is very lucky Sewer went to the bin.
It had to be one of them.
Mate, Gutho, with whatever he was doing with that steal, what was that? Like, where were you going? What were you going to do? How were you going to explain that one?
Exactly.
Sort of thing. So, Sewer goes to the bin, and I'm like, here we go. This is... We've taken these cunts to Pound Town right now.
Little did you know.
A few moments later. 52nd minute, I've got Man with a quick tap. Cheap meters, only for Shibber to drop it.
The only mistake Shipper makes all game, and I hate it. You can nearly see it coming when they do that fucking crab across the field bullshit where they like run out of ideas.
Yeah.
When they're not ball, like if you're not
just take the tackle.
Just fucking find a body, run into it, and get to your knees. Like we've done the good work.
Yep. That's it.
Fucking boils my piss when players do that because you know it's coming.
And then I think this is where you had a little bit of a rage, a little bit of a crash out prior. 53rd minute with the Gutho try. Terrible line defense and an inability to keep the mind on the job is what I wrote for that one.
Yeah, mate, you've nailed that. The inability to keep the mind on the job. I'll preface this though, where we're at the 53rd minute. Fletcher Baker's been on since the 24th, so he's done 16 and then 13 straight. He hasn't played fuck all this year.
Yep.
They've had there was a set there, like you could see he was gassed for a start. Billy Walters has played right too now. Billy Walters is fucking gassed. You can see that in the set before this because we didn't get to a kick or something happened there because Billy Jensen took a run out of dummy half anyway on the 4th or something stupid. Like, because Billy was just gassed. He couldn't get there. So I'm not 100% blaming these players. These players shouldn't have been on the field. But Fletcher Baker and Selwyn Cobbo, when all this offloading bullshit was going on, Fletcher is not in the line. He's standing on the try line.
Yeah.
Watching it all unfold in front of him. Like, God, I hope someone tackles him. And then when Gutho gets the ball, you'll see. It's embarrassing. It is really embarrassing. Cobbo, but Cobbo's a fullback. He's got half a right to be standing on the try line, not Fletcher.
Yeah.
He could have taken 3 steps forward and mitigated the whole situation. And he was just floating around there doing nothing. So it was awful. And as soon as they scored that, I went, fuck, we're back to this shit.
Yep. While I was standing behind the goalpost, immediately Madge got pain on, took Fletcher off. A little bit too much, too little, too late sort of shit. And Xavier Willison comes on with Patrick having a rest at the 55th minute. So the set after the points.
Once again, what a wild... Why is Paddy coming off and Kobe not coming back on?
Yeah.
Like, if we're trying to lock up... Okay, so you're going to take Paddy off and send Xavier in. Yes, he's going to play prop, but it's not... Surely that's not what we want at that time. If we put Payne back on, don't we want the defence to go with it? So we put Kobe and Payne back. Oh, I don't know. It just seems wild to me.
I don't understand who's playing lock at this point.
Exactly. If Paddy's off, what the fuck's going on? I think it was Kobe.
Jensen.
For some reason.
So anyway, the set after the points, after we concede points, the Dragons got a 41-metre gain. Flano was allowed to run before kicking, which
about 12 metres.
Boils my blood a little bit. That, like, don't hit him, but just don't let him run. Make sure he kicks it, sort of thing. Like, that's the goal there. Haas was back on, nearly got an offload off to Walters, who was screaming through in the next set that we did. That was sort of good. Then I went set for set there. Cobbo looked like he got injured in that Gutho try, and
definitely.
then he took a run after that. I think the next time we had a ball, and he got up and he did not look okay.
Yeah.
So we'll watch that during the week to see what his wrist is.
Well, I'd seen on something before that he's ruled out for Origin 1.
Oh, shit. Right.
So I don't know whether he's get picked, but...
Yeah. Well, you would have to think so because Murray Tuolangi's out as well.
yeah. Yep.
So she's a bit slim pickings on both sides at the moment.
100%.
59th minute, the little try. Great effort by Staggs to get up for that ball. Great effort to get it back. Renault sort of overrun. I think he was more thinking it was going to be a flatter ball. So, fair enough. But to clean up, we needed to clean that up. Oh, my Lord.
It was X too. Like, he's only just on the ball and he's waiting for it to come to him. Little was chasing it. Like, that's the little 1% shit that, you know, if he dives at that ball, even if it's a knock on, what happens doesn't happen. They're 12 men at this stage.
Yeah, we forgot about that little bit. Jesus.
Just quickly, Thoroughbreds, this is what I'm like. What the fuck is Renault doing? We're 12 men down. They're missing their left edge back rower, and we haven't sent a shot that way, and we come up with a terrible kick. But anyway, play on.
Yeah, that's it. Mam chases Little with great. I thought he had him. Man probably thought he had him. I know Walters thought he had him because Walters stopped. And I was screaming at the TV, not because I didn't even know if Mam had missed it. I was just screaming at him and going, "Why have you stopped? This is mid tackle. Like, that's how obvious it was. Just like, why did you stop? And it's because he's gassed, and you can see it.
He's played 60 minutes fucking straight.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah. So anyway, great effort from Mam to try to get there.
Yeah.
Great effort from Little. He was going like a fucking rat out of a drain pipe.
Yeah.
Poor little bastard. Got his try. So we're 12 men. You know, we're up against 12 men, and they've put 2 tries on us now.
Yep. Ridiculous.
And immediately after that try, what do you know? Corey Pakes comes on. Billy gets taken off.
Yep.
Just seems to be an interchange too late in both of those tries.
A set sort of too late. So, it's ridiculous.
And please, we're not picking on Madge's bench rotation. We're not picking on his. It's just, it just seemed very obvious that some things should have happened.
Well, I'm picking on his bench rotation for this game because I can't understand how Kobe's done 24 minutes.
Yep.
Billy's done 60 in the middle when we've got a hooker on the bench. Like, what the fuck is he there for if it's not for what every other coach does? Give him 30 minutes straight, play your other hooker for 10 minutes either side of half time, and then get your number 9 back on there. I cannot understand it.
Yep. And then after that, so the 60th minute, it all goes a bit quick from here on in. Staggs' try. And we did that, was that on our 40th? Or
on our 40th,
shorter?
Yeah.
And we just go 60 metres, score a try. Ezra Mam, wham bam, thank you.
Once again, inside, outside, burns his man, puts Staggs away. Easy as you fucking like. It was like, and they had 30 men on the fucking field, and you go, we couldn't do anything like that when they had 12?
Yep.
Like, ridiculous.
Yep. And then at that point, a couple of minutes after, actually, 64th minute, Patrick Carrigan comes back on. Corey Jensen goes and he's basically done for the game. 65th minute, set for set until the Dragons stuff up on a 5th tackle option, and Jesse catches it in goal, which was great. 65-meter gain on the 7 tackle set that they gifted to us. Couple of offloads, heart and mouse sort of stuff going on there. Bat back by Mariner. Go up. We seem to be winning the contest in the air at this point. went back to Stags, who went for the corner and was taken
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
I understand where Stags was going with this one, though.
Yeah,
It really
you
didn't
can't
have.
blame him for that.
Yeah, there was not much of an option there. Sometimes you'd back Stags in for that kind of stuff as well, just to outmuscle.
I often wonder why, though, being Katoni, he went directly for the corner. Like, pull the man on.
Yeah.
You know, fucking, you back him to run over the first bloke most of the time. So,
Yeah.
I can't blame him for that. There was no options inside because it was a bat back. So
Yeah. Fifth tackle said as well, might as well
Yeah.
die with the ball. No harm really there. Then the Sloan try, unfortunately, came in that very next set, which gave me fucking just shit me to tears. The 70th.
it was a good try, though. That was
It was a good try.
You can't that was more them being good than us being bad. So I was like, fuck it.
It was a great team try, for sure. Now the set after those points, 49-meter gain, and the Dragons got to their kick, so they completed. Completions at this point are in the 70th minute, 71% to 91%.
Yeah.
And the only reason I gave ourselves hope to still win the game is because of the Stags try and just how easy it looked when we actually wanted to score points. And I guess we keep sitting here and saying, why don't you just play boring footy? I think it's because they know they can do that shit, hey? And, like, I don't know. There must be a difference between when they want to score points and when they think they can score points.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. So now in the 71st minute, Kobe comes back on and Big X comes back off. So I believe that this is the first time Kobe's done a second stint in quite a while. Normally he just does the one and then he's off. So I don't know if it's injury cover. You know, we just have him there in case somebody goes down fresh.
I have absolutely no idea. I can't figure it out. If you're going to play him at lock and then take him off and make Paddy lock, if Paddy comes off, he goes on. Why is he? Why is he playing? Like, if we're gonna move, Paddy's going to play lock for Queensland. He's going to play lock for Australia. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? If you're not going to use Kobe, what are you doing? So and the thing is, I'm for it because I like the 1-2 punch because Paddy plays prop. Oh, say that fucking 10 times. He plays prop anyway, pretty much, even if he's got the 13 on his back. So I didn't mind the shout to having Kobe there, thinking that Kobe's not going to do much other than tighten up the middle and tackle, and then give Paddy a blow every now and then.
Yeah.
And it's just not happening.
For those that don't know, Kobe can hit you. Kobe can smack you.
He's a solid. Fuck out of you.
Yeah. So we were all hopeful that was the game plan.
Yeah.
Anyway, so just before he went off, Xavier, and this is probably why he might have come off, I'm not too sure, but there was a fifth tackle kick. Xavier was offside from it. They race down there. They get a great kick pressure.
Yeah.
He gets pinged for, I think, Brendan Piakura folds.
Yeah.
He irons out Gutho anyway with a great hit. But yeah, X is offside. So we let the Dragons off the hook. They get a free kick out of trouble.
It's just fucking attention to detail shit. Like, what do you know, unnecessary.
They go all the way down the other end of the field after that with the penalty. They get to their kick. Arthurs diffuses a great bomb. Great contact, great catch in the air. And then Stags goes and loses it on the fifth, leading into you, Ringer, there with your fifth tackle options.
Once again, where is our 300-odd game halfback? Why aren't we kicking the shit out of this down in the corners? It fucking is, this game especially, boiled the fuck out of my piss because why the hell are we not doing, like, it's what baffles me is that the game directly after ours, the Titans Raiders, I didn't get to see much of it, but from what I did see, Jamal Fogarty touches the ball 3 times a set.
Yeah.
Either dumping someone underneath, pushing it out to an edge back rower, and then fifth tackle, it gets to his hands and he kicks it some fucking way.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Renault, he's had the Bulldogs game where he was elite in a couple of games where he's been good. But when we want to dig ourselves out of this shit, I just cannot fucking fathom what the hell happened today. I really don't. His kicking game is it's other teams' kryptonite. He can pin people's in corners. His short kicking game, he can put up the torps, he can floaters, he can put them in corners. And I don't think he kicked the ball fucking 4 times today. I don't know. It really, really got under my skin when this was happening.
Yeah. It's bamboozling at the very least to say that. Anyway, I don't know. You can say as far as maybe he's hiding an injury. There is chat that came out today that he's willing to just retire instead of go to somewhere else so that there is no salary cap pressure.
Yeah, I see that.
I mean, that came out of the blue. I thought he was feeling
come out of the blue
calls.
today.
Yeah. So I don't know whether he's picked up a bit of an injury and he's just trying to hide a bit lately.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to actually
if that's
figure
the case, tell Ezra that he needs to kick.
Yeah. Yep, that's it. Goal kicking, though, we'll still let him kick for my life. Fucking Jesus.
Oh, my God. Exactly. It's like, so do that on 5th.
That's it. Mariner did a great little play there in the 74th minute. Now, after the 76th Thoroughbreds, the emotions got the better of me, and I went, fuck the notes. Because I was hoping for an 80th minute win. So I was mainly concentrating on that. But Mariner knocked that on. That was great. That was most likely, that was probably a try saver, let's be honest.
It was.
If they got that ball away there.
Anything on that.
Yeah.
Fuck, mate.
So anyway, then the Gutho goes in and fucking scores again. And at that point, I was like, what are we doing? That's the words I've got written down. Off a scrum.
The fucking scrum, and there was
inside ball.
Payne, like, I don't know if it was Payne, like it is Payne's job, but I mean, where's the second rower there breaking to?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And who overchased so much? Like, they haven't, it's not as if they've gone around us a heap. Who's overchased Cookie so much that they've left that big of a waning gap for Gutho to just stroll through?
Yeah, I'll have to go back and have a look because you're dead right. Like someone had to have overchased because you can't go back towards the scrum and just hit a hole like that.
Exactly.
There should be somebody coming straight at you to clean you up, sort of thing. So anyway, the set after that, we get the ball back from a short kickoff. So
yes,
I was like, here we go. If we can put Stags over like we did from our 40, surely we can do something from the 50-meter line with a fresh set. Sorry. And we did. And did Jesse Arthurs just stop every man from ever letting his missus watch a game again? Yes. I think he did.
The testes nearly fell out, bro. It was a fucking effort.
I think that wasn't a fucking flash, mate. That was a full-on, holy shit, solar eclipse sort of shit going on there.
Yeah. It's not a moon, it's a fucking solar system.
But anyway, Arthurs goes over and he keeps his try-scoring sort of streak intact there.
Yeah. And a fair bit more to that than meets the eye. He put that ball down behind his back pretty much.
He's a finisher.
Fucking good effort. He could have quite easily dropped that.
Yep.
I actually just went back and watched the Gutho try, and I think it was Corey Pates just absolutely took off the wrong direction. So
right.
I'm going to give everyone else a little bit of a break there. But Corey was playing halfback, like standing opposite the half, and the half fed the ball, and Corey's taking off to the right before the ball's even come out. So bad miss by Corey Pates in the end.
Okay, so that's why there was a massive hole there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, great job by Arthurs to get that ball down. He is an absolute finisher.
Ezra Mam is the only one that's looked like sparking us this game so far.
Yep. And then that's where my notes stopped because I was pretty fucking keen. And then, of course, we kick off and we get the penalty. Carrigan's first run off the hit up.
Yes.
I'm like, we're on here. We're on. But it wasn't meant to be. Hurts my heart.
Even though Payne tried to pretty much do it himself.
Oh,
Because that when your notes run out, that's what leads into we're on the front foot a lot. And Cookie goes down, they stop the game.
yep.
We had them shot to shit on the right-hand side. Absolutely shot to shit. I think it was about 5-on-2. And I understand why he did get taken off for HIA, but I mean, a bloke's season's just ended up the other end. They didn't stop it. Payne ironed someone out and was going to get a quick play the ball for us to spread to the right where Ezra's been terrorising people and Katoni and whatnot. And they go, stop. Reset defensive line. Like, once again, Thoroughbreds, not an excuse. We shouldn't have been we should not have been in this position. Like, even though I wanted us to score a try and win, it's like, honestly, it's fucking better we didn't, because we did not deserve to win this game. So, but yeah, it's just odd how that shit happens sometimes where you go, of all times for that, Payne's just skittled someone. I think it was Payne. Might have been Payne or someone. I'm pretty sure it was Payne.
Yeah.
And we skittled him. He's got 3 defenders plus the 4th that's hurt out. There's no one on the right-hand side of the post. Like, we got a real hot chance here and that. No, stop. It's like, fuck you.
Yeah, that's
it. Hurt. Be hurt like Egan, you fucking sook.
Payne went from fuck all super coach in the last 10 minutes.
54 to 80 in 3 minutes or something.
And I'm pretty sure I know the run where he got about 3 or 4 tackle breaks on him.
Yeah, line break, tackle break, 2 tackle breaks, and then Gutho the prick.
Yep. Gutho doing Gutho things. I heard Brian Fletcher called him the cock on the Matty John show. He's the king of Cogra. So he's shortened it down to the cock.
The king of cock.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, anyway, that's full time. 26-30. Dragons get a desperate win. We just weren't desperate enough, or as much, I guess you could say. And it's starting to get very, very noisy. I'm positive as ever. I'd love to see us come out the other end looking back at this era and going, okay, we had to go through that to get to where we are now. But there are some questionable things, such as the bench rotation, the timing, the execution of a few things, you could say.
And it's frustrating today because it was because we dropped the fucking ball every time. But I mean, it wasn't the stupid shit drop the ball stuff like we used to, where
out over the sideline.
Yeah, out over the sideline.
One time we went over the sideline, that was Staggs. He really had no other option.
Yeah, and he was, a one-step difference, he scores a try in the corner. But yeah, there's no kicks out on the full. There was not really any bad drops in our own end for no reason. It's just back to 13 errors.
Yeah.
13 fucking errors. You're not going to win games.
Yeah.
But anyway.
All right. Man of the matches. Pretty easy for me on this one. Payne Haas was ours. Great.
Yes.
Great couple of stints in there doing what Payne does. 17 runs for 174 metres, 66 post contact, 1 line break, 7 tackle breaks, 1 offload. He went 38 tackles, 2 missed, 1 ineffective for 92.7% tackle efficiency. Pulled up with a bit of a quad complaint. So scans tomorrow. So the Blues will have a bit of a nervous sort of wait in the next 24 hours.
I'm sure he's fine.
Maybe he was limping in the he was limping in the change room. So
yeah, and it was ice. So
yeah, so Thoroughbred man of the match. We got the graphic out, and pretty quickly it became evident that everyone was on Ezra Mam for that. I think we got about 6-7 votes for him alone. There was a couple of other shouts. I think Billy Walters got a shout. Carrigan got a shout. Arthur's, Staggs, Shibber. Shibber got mentioned there.
Shibber got a said, yeah. Thanks, Billy, for continuing to follow the podcast. Putting your name up every week, bro.
Yeah, that's it. But Ezra with 80 minutes went 10 runs, 112 metres, 13 post contact, 2 line breaks, 2 line break assists, and 3 try assists.
Yeah.
Just a real great 5/8 knock, 5 tackle breaks, 2 offloads. Bit shit in the tackling. He 12 tackles, 6 missed, 3 ineffective for 57%.
Not all missed tackles the same though. He did
No.
get up and like a couple. I think 2 of them at least was when he got right up at Jaden Sewer, hit him first, and Jaden bounced away and got tackled by someone else. So
Yeah.
like that's 2 missed tackles, but he stopped the play. So I didn't see him as a defensive bloody.
No. But
Liability.
I always take, especially when Ezra was playing last year and 2023, his kick chasing always went with either an ineffective or a completely missed tackle.
Yes.
But he puts that pressure on. So I dismissed that straight away as that. But 6 miss was a bit. 1 error, which I thought was the best. He had the 1 error and then a completely clean sheet.
Yes.
No handling errors, no ruck infringements, nothing.
Yes.
So good on that. And he didn't look gassed.
No, he looked like he obviously he's done some fucking running in the off season because he hasn't seen any game time, and he definitely didn't look tucked up.
And that's
and all of our flair come from him.
Yeah,
pretty much.
That's why I feel on the stable chat that we did during the week for the catch up, I said that it seems like Ezra has ticked all the boxes during his time off and since Madge has come in.
Yes,
and that's
100%.
why he's been elevated to the squad, even with Hunt's injury. We could have, again, thrown Walters at 6 or whatever.
Yep.
But it seems like he's just done everything that he needed to do. And Madge is like, all right, you're done. Like, go to Q Cup, do this. When we, you'll come in. It's just because Hunt's been injured that he came in so quick.
I have zero doubts that he would have done at least probably until because he would have done this week. So we would have played 1, 2, and then 3. So after our bye, I nearly bet they would have been gambling that after our bye, that's when they would have bought him in because that's 3 games in Q Cup. It's Origin time. The way the Broncos have been working this whole situation, it would have been, we'll sneak him in here. So I have no doubt that probably was the plan. But you're so right. Like you said in the stable chat, he's obviously done everything that's been asked of him, and there wasn't even really any talk about Billy going to 6 and bringing him in off the bench or just like easing him in. And the way he's played the game, mate, he's a fucking freak. There's, talk about what you want with the punishment and all that bullshit. And like, I'm going to agree with you a lot of the time, but kid can play football.
Yeah, that's it. Just to top the stats off here. So the best in the team, most tackles went to Carrigan, 45. Most run meters, Shibasaki, 201 run meters he ended up getting through.
Mate, I was really happy. Shiba, honestly, it's a fucking phenomenon, really. Yeah. And it's so contradicting to all the other bullshit that you see from players that I'd love to be on fly on the wall because are they really complaining about load or is that just a manager trying to agitate whatever?
Yeah.
Shibasaki was playing couldn't get a run at any club for the last 4 years, and now he's genuinely one of the most he's one of the most consistent centres in the game, let alone he's probably him and Payne and Paddy probably the 3 most consistent players in our team this year.
And he wasn't getting a start for a reason. Like he wasn't good. And that's why he wasn't getting a start sort of thing. This has just come in since this off-season with Madge. Props, hats off to him. He's worked the shit out of it.
Mate, it's a fucking inspiration. Like, it really is. It needs to be... Broncos need to focus on that and say, look at this guy. This guy was nearly lost to the game. He was going that fucking bad. Yep. And now he's probably the fucking first one picked on the team sheet every week because you know what you're going to get from him. He's so big. He doesn't... Like, he's not a liability in defence anymore. Like, that was going to be... Like, they carried on at the start of the year. Or what's he going to be defensively after Robert Toyer, like, in the first game, went around him. And then, like, I haven't seen anything bad really since. And in attack, big body, can get in between players, got an offload, can get a line break assist. Like, I don't know.
No, it's good. Most line breaks again. Shibba gets it with 2, shares it with Mam. Points went to Renault with 10, obviously with the kicking. Post-contact meters was Haas with 66, which obviously is a bit down from our normal, regular sort of viewing of what we're used to. Most runs, Carrigan and Shibba. Shibba got through 20 runs. Like, I know he was there, but I didn't realize he was doing 20 runs. Same as the prop.
Flashing lights, Britto. I've just got a leak. Ooh. Queensland leak squad. By the Courier Mail.
Do you want to hold it? Hold it for the end.
Okay.
I've got the. We'll get the. We've got both teams in if that's the case.
Yeah.
Shit. All right, we'll quickly get through
real quick before it fucks off.
Yeah, do that. Most offloads. So Shibba, Mam, Reynolds, and Carrigan had 2 each. Tackle breaks went to Haas. We'll listen to Gronk because that plays right into it. So your boy Gronk is on the Origin hype, but he's in a bit of a nervous way. So here he is and what he has to say.
Is it just me, or is Queensland Rugby League in one of the worst states it's been in for a fucking long time? I mean, first of all, this week we've handed the trophy back to the Blues girls. I mean, they earned it. They absolutely fisted us. No contest in the end. Too big, too strong. But then to follow that up, our weekend has consisted of Dolphins pumping, Cowboys pumping at home, Broncos fucking next, and yes, the Titans currently getting a good old missiling down in the nation's capital. So, yes, I'm terrified. I'm terrified for this year's State of Origin. I'm terrified they could sweep us. Anyway, back to you guys. Well, I've got a solution for you. Maybe we could, since you're whinging about Madge and his methods, maybe we could send Toddy down there. He likes sacking halfbacks. That might be what's wrong with you. Anyway, let's all cry together. Goodbye.
Fuck. See, he's on the halfback train. I can't blame him after today. But yeah, odd is one word that comes to mind for the Jake Clifford omission after they went toe-to-toe with the Premiers. So, yeah, I'll go with him on that. I don't really follow that fucking logic because they did not look good.
Well, if you take close notice, when Toddy came from the Warriors, he brought Mr. Laybutt over.
Yes.
Now, Zach hasn't played many games. I think the most he's stringed together in a year is 8 in the last 2 seasons, and he's just come off a bit of an injury. Why you fucking move your halves around just to fit him in when your centers weren't doing anything wrong? Why you would upset the apple cart? Like, they missed Clifford. Everyone whinges about Clifford not being a great half, but his boot is why he's there.
Exactly.
And they missed that. Fuck.
Another one that like everyone gives him shit, and he's not fucking a world beater. We can all agree on that. But does he not just provide that stability? Like, everywhere he's been, I thought he was good at fucking Newcastle. Yeah. Can you imagine how much Newcastle could use him right now with these same thing? Like, exactly like you said. All you have to get him to do is bring a couple of forwards under, and then he's got a boot that can get you from 60 metres on the fucking fly. Like, that's valuable, isn't it? So, mate, I don't know.
Have a look at the...
Maybe he's just a prick.
Mate, I don't think so. I honestly don't think so.
Exactly, because I've got mates in Townsville that hang out with him, and they're like... Anyway.
Have a look at the team that's currently on the top of the ladder, and have a look at their halfback. He ain't a world beater, but he's fucking doing his job. So anyway,
another good win by the fucking Titans.
Anyway, we'll go into Origin chat since the Gronk brought it up. Only because he brought it up. So coming to air. New South Wales Blues named their Origin 1 squad, and it goes like this. Thoroughbreds. Edwards takes out the fullback. Then we've got To'o, Critter, Latrell Mitchell, Zach Lomax, finishing off the backs. Halfback, 5'8" is Mitchell Moses. Hate that. Seven is Nathan Cleary. Hate that more. Mitchell Barnett, Reece Robson, Payne Haas, Liam Martin, Angus Crichton, Isaiah Yeo has been named captain as well. Connor Watson at 14. Great. Hate that. Spencer Leniu. Love that.
Yeah.
Give us a reason to hate yous.
Yeah, exactly.
So put him in there. Hudson Young and then Max King. Interesting enough. 18th man, Campbell Graham, Stefano Otukamano, and Hamole Olakawatu. Round that out. No Talon May. Now, we will talk about that now because it fits just perfectly. I think both camps are fucked up here, especially if Payne Haas goes down with the quad. Who are they going to bring in to replace him, sort of thing? So originally the Blues came out and said the best prop in the game that's currently, going toe-to-toe with Payne Haas, he's got a couple of defensive issues, so we're not going to pick him. And he's got a bit of a character...
yes.
Fucking what issues? He's a May. Of course he's got fucking character issues. But you're going to tell me that you're not going to pick someone who's running at 97% tackle efficiency and has done their entire career, but you're going to pick Spencer Leniu because he's got better character qualities. The same guy that went and called one of the Origin greats a fuckwit in a post-match interview. Like, don't pick him. Just say you don't want him. Like, and then May went on.
He also called fucking Ezra a monkey.
Yeah,
like
that's it.
So
and then May goes on Twitch, and I know Freddie had a bit of an issue with this, but Twitch.
Freddie's also 100 in this context.
Yeah, Twitch is just a chill place to go. Whatever, people watch you, cool. And he was talking to his mates. He's not talking to a journo. He went and said, I might change my allegiance and burn the Origin. I understand that Origin is a different beast and it's a lot more serious than some people actually realize how serious Origin is, sort of thing. And so you could definitely, that's journo fucking fodder. Like, that's pig in the trough sort of shit. Run that through every day of the week. So I think they need to probably sit down and fucking pass the peace pipe back and forth a bit, because I have a feeling Taylor May is going to get a call up before game one, and he needs to be there.
100%, mate. I have. I'm going to go like. He's probably, he's not everyone's cup of tea. He's probably not my cup of tea either, Talon May. But I've got to go into bat for him a bit with the whole Twitch. Oh, he said this and he said that thing. Out of nowhere, all the fucking media all of a sudden started running hit pieces on him about, he's only flopping in defence and he's only, getting his numbers up in attack. And it's like, where the fuck did this come from? Because the entire rugby league community has seen that the whole reason that the Tigers aren't absolute dog shit this year is because of Luai and May.
Yeah.
Like, Talon May has put that forward pack on his back, and case in point, the game that's literally just finished tonight before we started this podcast, 68 tackles, no missed.
Yeah.
Like, fuck off with your bullshit. I'm sorry. Let him have they're running hit pieces against him, and then he goes on Twitch talking to his mates about fucking, fuck him, I'll burn the jersey, I'll change my allegiance, blah, blah, blah. Let the kid vent. Like, has anyone gone and tried to, pull him under their wing? Like, he might be a dickhead, but Jesus, we've had some dickheads in the game that, people get around and sort of try and straighten out a little bit to try and, get the best out of, to make sure they don't piss it all up the wall. So, yeah, I think Talon's really hard done by. And put it this way, mate, as a Maroon supporter, I'm fucking so happy that they didn't pick him. Thanks. That's one less 7 offload fucking potential 80-minute prop that you've got if someone goes down that we don't have to worry about. So good on you.
You're gonna tell me that you're not gonna pick a guy like Taylor May who can definitely go 80 minutes, give him a week and a half break from his last game, and then send him out fresh against ours. Yeah, happy
Put
days.
him on a field with fucking, like, at the moment, like, you know, Tigers are better this year. But he is pretty much, him and Alex Twal are pretty much the spearheads of that forward pack. Can you imagine putting him behind a pack that could get on the front foot without, like, him not being the spearhead?
Yeah,
like him running off the back of someone else, getting him on the front foot? Fuck that. So thank fuck they didn't pick him. Change your lines, bro. Fuck it out.
What have you got there for us with your screenshot, mate? Have you...
This just in, Thoroughbreds.
So I've heard that there's 3 debutantes.
Yes. This is what depends on how many, because we're getting the 19-man squad here, right?
19 man, okay.
So this is a leak by the Courier Mail that someone's got a hold of.
A leak.
So alleged Queensland team. KP fullback.
Okay.
Stock standard.
Yep.
1 wing spot. Val Holmes.
Ooh. Okay.
So Selwyn's injury obviously had something to do there, I'd imagine. And Tuolangi.
Yep.
Santa's. Hammer.
Yep.
Obviously, lock him in. Robert Toyer has come from the fucking clouds. And I love it. I fucking love it.
Yeah, right.
Wind him up and let him fly. He's going to have to do some big dick defending, but Queensland loves a debutant. We love an underdog. Xavier Coates, the other wing, obviously. Half Munster DCE. No fucking surprise there. Now the forward pack. Absolute. It's not how can I say this, Thoroughbred? It's definitely not what you think, but it's definitely not bad. So we got to remember Gilbert's out.
Yeah.
Gilbert's out, so that's definitely changed something.
I'm going to be honest, I don't think he was going to get picked.
Ooh, okay. Well, I think if you hear this, maybe. Because I'll tell you who's not in, and this will be a surprise. Corey Horsburgh didn't get a start in the 20-man squad.
Yeah, right.
So, at 8, Tino Fasua Malaawi. Grant at hooker.
Yep.
The other prop, Mo Fodawaker.
Yep, okay.
I like it. I love Mo. I reckon he's fucking gun.
Yep.
Second rowers, Jeremiah Nane.
Yep.
Ruben Cotter.
Oh, really?
Edge. Anyway, you'll probably understand that more as we get further down. And obviously Paddy is lock.
Yep.
Bench so far. Dearden?
Yes.
Got the 14 spot. I think that's great. I've heard so many things about can he fucking play in the middle. I don't give a fuck where Dearden plays. I've seen him play Origin.
Yeah.
Get the kid a maroon jersey and let him fucking go.
Yep.
Ben Hunt was a halfback for the Broncos when he first started playing Origin, and he was playing 9. So calm down, everyone. We've done this before. It can work.
Yep.
Lindsay Collins.
Okay,
Thank
cool.
fuck.
Yep.
I heard him admitted from so many teams, and I was like, we got to have Lurch in there.
Nah, I think the game this weekend put that to bed. I reckon he played himself into a jersey this weekend.
And same thing, you know what he's going to do with the maroon jersey. He's going to be a fucking menace, and he gives us a bit of cunt. I love it.
Please tell me one of these next fucking 4 names is Bullymore. 2
names are debutants. Yes. The last 2 names are debutants.
Okay.
Well, actually, the last 4 names are debutants. But this is the 16 and 17.
Yep.
Bo for more.
Yes. Okay.
And this is one that I think's come from the clouds, but I sort of love it. Trent Liero.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm here for it. So
that's the first time I've actually heard his name.
Yes.
Okay.
18th man, Kurt Mann, and 19th man, Jesse Arthurs. For some reason, I thought Jesse Arthurs played for fucking New Zealand, so I don't know where I got that from.
No, he
But-
played for the Warriors and he's played for the All Stars. But he's
that's where I
never
got
played.
it from. He
He's
played
never
for the
played
kid. Yeah, Maoris. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Yes. Okay, so Thoroughbreds, hear me out. Ruben Cotter playing edge. Run on edge, I'm thinking that is purely defensive startup. If you're running Bo for more on the bench, I think what they're going to do is rotate Ruben back through the middle and bring Bo Firma on.
Yep.
So, and I think Bo Firma, because he's played a fair bit of centre in his day, because the Titans are a shit show, he's become our Kurt Capewell.
Yep.
Who can cover edge anywhere. And all going right, I see Ruben Cotter moving to the middle when Fodawaker, and I don't think Tino will take a break. You might have to rip him off, I suppose, for 10 minutes somewhere, but he didn't play Origin last year, so good luck getting in front of him. But I think that must be the play. Only running one genuine prop on the bench. I think Ruben moves to the middle. Collins comes on for Fodawaker, and then you've got Trent Liero to come on to just tighten up that middle, because that's what he does for the Storm, is just tackle his dick off. He's a fucking gun. Like anyone that turns their nose up at Trent Liero being on the bench, I think the only one that's a bit hard done by if they're not going through the Horsburgh route is Kurt Mann.
Yeah.
Kurt Mann would not fucking miss a beat for you. But as 18th man, a great fucking pick, because any foul play you bring Kurt on, he can cover literally second row, lock, 6, 1, centre.
Yeah.
Like, it's like he's a a victim of his own versatility, I think, is the problem there.
I want to know where the fuck Ethan Bullymore is.
Where's Ethan Bullymore? Corey Horsburgh, I think, are two that are very fucking hard done by.
Yeah.
I hope Bullymore's in the 25-man squad that goes to camp, because I'm with you. He was my smoky for a bench spot because he's a specialist. He's an energy bringer. He fucking does some insane shit. He got fast leg speed. Defend. I think he would literally one of them ones that say, jump on that grenade there so the Blues don't score a try. Like, he'd put it in his mouth and
swallow the fucking thing.
Yeah. Right, it's definitely not getting out now. So, yeah. Anyway, but a surprising team, but I think I'm fucking here for it. I'm obviously here for it being a Queenslander, but fucking Robert Toyer.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how jacked that kid's going to be?
Well done. Obviously, by the time this airs and you guys hear it, Thoroughbreds,
you'll have
teams have already been fucking announced. It's probably completely wrong. Curie Mail's absolutely stitched us up, but
we'll run with it for our content.
We'll run with it. Perfect. I like that. Gronk's worried, and I think that's just a Queenslander playing into the underdog tag. That's what I'm going to put that down to, mate.
Gronk doesn't back his own team 98% of the fucking time. Gronk's worried all the time. We are worried. Like, I understand, but if you were worried about New South Wales having a better team than us, and that was a factor in Origin, we'd never win one, except for the 8 straight sort of bullshit. Like, that's every other year, other than when we had 14 fucking Immortals, like, we've never had a better team than them. So,
Mitchell Moses worries the fuck out of me. I
hate it.
I fucking hate it. I've got my own strong
What worries me out of
Cleary.
that is the fucking kicking.
Yes.
They are going to kick the fuck out of us.
Yeah.
We need to be in their face, or we are going to be fucked.
Because you got Stephen Crichton, Latrell Mitchell, Zach Lomax, Mitchell Moses, Nathan Cleary. All of them can kick.
Yeah.
Connor Watson he's even good for a cheeky kick. When he comes on. So,
and that is the thing with us. We're very Munster's got a bit of a long kick in him. DC obviously is a bit of a general in that sort of
fucking point, but
he's gonna have to be on point because there's no one else in our back line that can fucking like Val's obviously our goal kicker. KP's not much of a fucking kicker, so
nah. Very good. Bring on Origin. Oh my god, I'm so keen
it's
for
hook
this
it to
shit.
my veins this time of year. It's fucking.
All right. We'll move on to the week ahead. This will be real quick. Obviously, we have the bye
Yes.
Injuries. 2 points. Injuries at the moment. We still got Hayes, Jack Wiswolski to come back in round 14. Reece Walsh round 13 after the bye. He'll be back.
Yes.
Patrick Carrigan. If anyone hasn't seen, have a look at our socials for the nasty little cut that he got. He's going straight to plastic surgery, but he should be pretty good for Origin, I would imagine. Payne Haas, quad complaint. If it is a quad complaint, from what I've seen getting around on the socials, he'll be back round 14, which means he will miss game 1 of the Origin. That is all the injuries. I think we were very good when no one's going to the Judiciary unless someone gets cited. Surely Ricky doesn't go to the fucking match Judiciary for that high tackle.
It was barely a fucking penalty.
Chin slap that he did. So that's that done. Tipping. Let's do some fucking positive shit in my life.
Oh, you get some?
I
fucking did.
I get some, mate. I got 5 again.
Holy fuck, that'd be huge this week.
It's definitely it's hard not to gloat but I'm like, it fucking feels good because after last year where I was absolutely a fucking abysmal, check the tapes on that one. I'm so happy. So at the moment, I got 5. I think I even got 5. We've got another, Langers and I are in another comp with his work, and I believe him and I are first and second in that one. So happy days there.
So what did you get wrong? You must have got the Broncos wrong, obviously.
I got the Broncos wrong. Then I got Storm and Cowboys.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think everyone got Storm wrong.
Yeah, everyone got the Storm wrong. I kicked off the weekend so fucking hot and horny with the Eels. I was like, mate, this is going to be a fucking cakewalk this weekend.
Yep.
Got a bit high on my own supply, went the Dolphins. They only lost by 4, to be fair, and after that fuck up of a fucking call.
Yep.
But then I went the Cows, who got bitched. I went the Storm, who got beaten. Broncos, obviously.
Yep.
I got the Raiders, and then stupidly I went the Tigers. I thought a bounce back was coming.
In the stable chat, I went Tigers as well, but I did say I was like, I preference this because this is the one that I'm going to flick the most. And
you did say it. Yes, 100%.
I honestly thought that I hadn't flicked over and I was going with the Tigers. And then I looked at my little, as I was doing up the run sheet, I was like, ooh, perfect. I did need May to score 150, but to beat to beat somebody in our draft comp. But, whatever.
Bro, I'm second last now in the tipping in our fucking comp. This sucks ass. This is bad. Holy fuck.
And the Gronk's got you by 1.
He got me by, he got 5 tips this week. Little shit.
I know. Yeah.
So him and you really, I'm starting to, fuck yous. These are the office girl tippers. Now, I want to tell you a funny story, though. I'm in the pub tipping comp, right? Local pub tipping comp. 66 members.
Mm.
I got 3 right. Out of 66 this week, I'm coming 28th. I'm above average. So I'm in a fucking pit of terrible tippers in this thing.
I'll let you know how this is just to really rub salt in your wounds. You are going that bad that the people that didn't submit their tips beat you.
Bro, easy. Easy games today because, you go through your tips and you go, this is where I think an upset could happen. This is where. So my locks were Melbourne, Brisbane, Canberra. I thought,
okay.
Well, there's 3 off the bat. So I sort of went each way with Parramatta. I was like, yes. And then I got the Bulldogs.
Dogs are my lock. Yep.
Fucking only just so. I wasn't real confident on the Dogs. But anyway, I did go them, so I got them. So I'm like, right, first 2 underway. Fuck it, I'm going the Dolphins. Just, they can come back from it. Cows. Storm, Broncos, Tigers.
just
This is
just
fucked. It
just
was
hitting
just a
you.
calamity of fucking clusterfucks all out in a row. So, anyway, we come back bigger and better. I almost made this my joke around, so that would have been funny.
Yeah, that would have been hilarious. You would have won it with 6, but anyway.
yeah, exactly. Which is fucking awful, isn't it?
But anyway, I get the W. I'm tied with me mate Gronk there, but I got him on a better margin. Slippery Gypsy, Turbo Russ, and Kate all tied on 4 correct tips for the 3rd place. A bit of soul searching there for Ringer is what I've got here. So yeah, we'll run with that with a bit of soul searching. Now, Super Coach. Fuck, I can't even say that I'm back. I can't even say that I'm back, right? Because I've put up, but I've put up 1,300 plus point scores for 5 weeks in a fucking row. And this is going to be the first week where I've seen green arrows for my efforts.
Yeah, bro, but this is the week you needed it the most.
Yeah, oh, mate.
Like your 1,300 this week's going to get you probably top 10%, top 15,
Hopefully.
20 maybe, probably top 15.
Yeah.
When I go through some of the heavy hitters, I think everyone that's going good goes bad this week, and everyone that goes out, like we've been middle of the pack, 1,300s and getting fucking stomped on, like, what the fuck just happened?
Yep.
And then you come along this week, you big arsehole, with a 1,314 when everyone else can't even, they're barely scratching 1,000. You played Guru in our league and he barely scraped over 1,000, which is big.
I almost feel sorry because he had Egan as well.
Egan, Drinky, Connor Tracy.
I think he captain Drinky? If you're
I think
looking
they
at
did,
it there.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, well, there you go. So, huge week for Fletcher Zuber. Great to get that W finally. Milky's Maniacs grabs 2nd place in our league. So, welcome to the top, Liam. You're down the bottom there a bit in a couple of matches. You haven't really been up the top, but I tell you what, you're still battling. And I fucking love to see that.
Away.
Where is he? He's sitting 13th in our squad, and he's 58. He's 58,000th out of 160,000 teams or whatever.
I think he's beaten me then.
So good job. No, you've just got him. I'm pretty sure. Just.
Oh yeah.
You're on 47 or something. But yeah, good on them. Master Bateman grabbed 3rd by 1 point. So updates tomorrow should be interesting around that. BJ's Battlers, the bloke Blair leading our league at the moment.
Yes.
He's in the top 400 Thoroughbreds. So
he's a fucking gun.
Well, he is a gun. And so his team value is 16.5 million.
Yes.
Jesus.
But he got 1,108 this round, which is...
Yeah.
I love a humbling fucking round, but I mean...
He had Egan. I don't know whether he would have played him too. So that probably didn't help. And the full White as well that is injured. Scotty Drinkwater, he had KP, Puppy, they all didn't really score well. So that would have hurt a fair bit. Anyway, good stuff. I believe the Gronk still sitting in 4th overall for us, so he's leading the charge for the panel. So hopefully he can get going.
Yeah. What did he get this week? 1241. He just done me the prick.
Yeah. Oh, is he up to 41? Is he?
Yeah, 1241. No, 1241. No, I got him. Yes.
Little wins when you can get it.
All right. Need him this year.
Future tipping, mate. We'll run through this real quick. I haven't got anybody else's Langers or the Gronks, but we'll run through ours. So I've got, what have I gone?
Come on.
Bulldogs. I'm going Bulldogs. They only really lose Critter. I think they get a few back, don't they?
Max King.
But they get a few back from that suspensions this week.
Should do get kicks done.
Yeah.
So what's his name?
Tuipulotu. Yeah. Get him back. The Dolphins lose the hammer. So I think that's a big one for them. So I've gone Bulldogs for there. The next game, Easy. No Moses, no Eels, as far as I'm concerned. So Manly.
No Lomax.
Yeah, no Lomax either. Fucking hell. Dead toast. So Manly, even if, what do they lose? DCE, that's fine. Olakawadu, that's fine.
Olakawadu might play because he's in the 20
True.
man.
Yeah, true. So he might. So, all right, we'll do that. Knights, absolute shithouse, and I've lost KP, so I'm going the Panthers reserve grade to get the W on that one.
They're $3, which is fucking... That's a sign of the times, isn't it? When you're $3 to play the Panthers with no players.
Yeah. Now, Sharks. I am going the Sharks. No Origin chat. Roosters with some injuries. Nafua White will be out. They won't have Collins. So I've gone the Sharks on that one.
Connor Watson.
Connor Watson as well. And I've gone the Waz over in Go Media to get it done over the Raiders. That might be a big call. I don't know. But I just feel like the Warriors can do that. They're playing not flash footy, but they're winning.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I'm going that. And then Queensland all day.
I think that's the biggest disparity in Queensland versus New South Wales betting ever.
What are
it's
they?
$1.70 to $2.15 at the moment to
Are we
New
underdogs?
South Wales.
Yeah. That's what we want.
I don't think I've ever seen it more than $2, $1.90 sort of shit, you know, to be $2.15, $1.70, except for 2020. But I'm the same, mate. Bulldogs. I think the Dolphins without Hammer is going to be very hard.
Yep.
They were fucking good. They were pretty good this week, but they just can't ice it. And, Dogs are going to be too good. Seagulls, Tommy Trbojevic probably going to score 17 tries there. Could make an appearance in my Supercoach team. Panthers are going to pump the Knights. Sharks are going to beat the Roosters because Nico Hines is going to kill it, no doubt.
Maybe.
I'm not sure about this one because Big Red didn't get selected. I don't think Raiders lose anyone. Neither do the Wars, but I'm going to go Raiders just for an upset, and then Queensland, obviously.
Perfect. Why not? Righto, best bets. This is a bit of a positive for you, mate. So if you're new to the show, I know we've got a couple of new followers. Tune in every Thursday on our socials to hear our best bets. What we do is each member of the panel, Langers, Gronk, Ringer, myself, we pick what we think will get up for the weekend. Can be a one leg. It's most likely a one legger is what we've been going around that $2, $3 mark. Sometimes a little bit higher. That we think isn't, put your house on it sort of stuff. Obviously, bet responsibly. We don't. We put fucking $1 on it, if that. And then we combine them all. So we each do our individual bets, and you can follow them along. And then we combine them into a Bronco Bet. Now, the Bronco Bet has to return $100. So we put on that whatever that takes. Sometimes it's 50 cents. Sometimes it's $4. Whatever it is. If the Bronco Bet gets up and you have sent us a bet slip showing that you either followed the Bronco Bet or followed one of the members, the panel's bets, you then go into the draw on this podcast where we will pick your name out of everyone else that's also submitted, and we're going to do a $50 gift card giveaway out of that, and maybe there might be a little bit of merch now that we're in that game sent along with it or whatnot. So you got to be in it. Tune in on Thursday. You can jump on. So let's say I'm the last leg on a Sunday afternoon. Everybody else has got up and it's just mine. Jump on my leg. Send the slip in. If it gets up, boom, you're in the draw sort of thing.
Yeah, 100%.
So you can join right to the death. But just keep an eye out for it. This week, Langers hits with an Ezra anytime try scorer. Good stuff there, mate. I think that was like $2 something.
$2.50. You got
$2.50. That's right. And then Ringer, you got the overs in the Raiders Titans match, mate. Great call.
That was easy money by the end of it. Jesus Christ, could have ramped that up to 56 points overs and still would have got it. So yeah, so
What was that?
sometimes it
Was that
comes off, mate.
$1.98, that one?
$1.92, $1.92 for the overs, and I thought, because I was like trying to anchor the show, I thought, oh, maybe. Anyway, it's shitty, and I was like, fucking should have put it on me civvies, but at least we put it on our Broncos one and got a little return for it, mate. So
That's it. Always nervous playing the overs game. Usually the bookies
always
are fucking onto that one.
Who's going to shit the bed for me today?
Yeah. So yeah, tune in Thursday. We'll go again. Get everyone's bets and whatnot. We'll probably do separate best bets for Origin. So
Yes.
it'll only be
Yes.
the 4 games
We'll put
this
a
weekend.
special little penalty Broncos Origin bet on, I'd reckon.
That's it. So tune in for that one. Road to 1 million. So if you are new here, we do this stupid little thing where we like to just get the biggest odds that we can and put the least amount of money that we can on and try and get $1 million.
A million.
So this week, I think we actually had to put a little bit on this week. I'll just quickly get that up. Resulted, what did we put on there? We put $3.50 on there. That was going to return us something like 990,000. 50% of the legs hit. Started out a bit rough. We got a Zach Lomax, missed Fletcher Sharp, didn't get a Carraz or a Toya. Gronk banged with a Warriors head-to-head, missed a Pompey, and I missed his Cowboys and a Laybut. Then we missed a Puppy, but we got a Coates, a Mam, a Shibasaki. We got a Raiders, a Jojo Fafita, and a South Sydney, but we didn't get a Jai Grey. So had a great run home.
Yeah, great run home.
But we'll turn around and try and do it again. We normally aim for like 1 cent. We're not going to get it this week with the short amount of games, but maybe we'll just get a bit cheeky with our try scorers.
Oh, yeah.
This week, I'm going to take games 1 and 2.
Yep.
I'll give Gronk 3 and 4. I'm going to give Langers 5 in the Origin for the road to 1 million, so not a separate one. Now, Ringer, because we've got limited games here, what I want you to do is I want you to go through each game and pick out a smoky of a leg, I guess you could say. So
Excellent.
whatever the other guys happen, you can just go in and add a little leg there for each of them.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Now
we'll see.
Daddy like.
Now we'll see what we get.
If they go outlandish, I can go a little bit steadier on. If they go fucking conservative, I add a fucking stupid one. Excellent. Love it.
Yeah. That's what we'll run. And then I think I'll swap between Langers and Gronk for the other Origin rounds like this. They can do their little smoky thing from there.
Yeah.
All right. Wrap up before we wrap up. We'll get into this a bit. We won't touch. We've done Origin. Perfect. We've already touched on the referees as well. I don't think we'll touch on that.
Yeah.
What we will touch on is what we promised at the start of the match, and that is the Ezra Mem stuff and the Marty Taupau. If you've been living underneath a rock, then
metaphorically or otherwise,
what you've missed is Marty Taupau, Elijah Taylor, Footy Hacks. Go and follow him if you want. Put up a video about how hard Madge's training styles are, and I believe it would have been from his time at the Tigers.
Yes.
He said how difficult it was, how hard-nosed it was, blah, blah, blah. Marty has gone and liked that video, or the series of videos there. The club has obviously seen it. Fans have seen it. Blah, blah. He removed his like, and then he put up on his story an apology that was clearly cut and copy from fucking PR at the Broncos.
Yes.
He's then had a meeting with the senior leadership group and the club. They've agreed that they're going to part ways. Now, the easiest clickbait of just an absolute layup is to throw that up against the Ezra Mam thing. How can you, in the same club, crash a car, hurt some people, but then go on like an Instagram post and get sacked? And it is 100% fair. I totally agree. I couldn't agree even more. It fucking does my head in every single day, the shit that the NRL dishes up. And it's 100% right. I did see one creator say, your punishment is based on how important you are to your club. Yes, and it pisses me off.
Yes.
Yeah.
100% true. Move
Yep,
on.
that's it. So the Ezra Mam thing, yes, it was terrible, horrendous. He shouldn't have done it. But he served the punishment that he was given. He didn't come out and say, "Oh, it's too harsh. Can you give me a lesser one?" He didn't do any of that. He just got done what he got done. The court system gave what you go, Ringer.
Yep.
Sorry.
No, keep going. I'll leave it to them. I'm trying to agree without cutting in.
The court systems gave him what he got, which was lenient as shit as far as I'm concerned. And then $120,000 fine, I don't know, that probably sufficient, I guess, for a fine. And then 9 games. Like, the fact that he didn't have his contract ripped up is beyond me. Now, I'm going to look at it. Ezra's playing. He's done his punishment. He's done that. Marty did this, and we're looking at the business side of the NRL now. It's just, last year, Braden Trindle got a contract extension and did the exact same thing that Josh Adokar got the sack for.
Yep.
The NRL need to do something, otherwise it's a fucking joke. Now, also, we pulled up on this podcast a couple of episodes back. We had 31 people in our top squad because Shibasaki was a train and trial. So we had the top 30 already filled out, and then Shiba's blown the fucking wheels off everything and caused a great dilemma. So someone had to go mid-year. The writing was on the wall. Unfortunately, Marty has given. He's an older head. We already knew he wasn't getting a contract. He's lucky to get a contract extension this year, and we liked it here. You can go back and check the tapes from last year. When that came out, we're like, fuck yeah, this is great. Great cultural signing. Unfortunately, Marty's just given them the ammo that they need to just move him on. And it's shit. You can't defend it. I don't know what else to say if you want to say something.
Yeah, it's we don't have to defend it. We can so my opinion on the Ezra thing is that, what do you want him to do? Do you want him to come out the day after his punishment is handed down and go, "Oh, no, please give me 12 weeks out and $400,000 fine and send me to jail and rip up my contract"? Like, it's not Ezra's fault what punishment he got given.
Yeah.
Now, and I understand, and I was one of the ones saying it, that if a tradie done the exact same thing Ezra Mam done, could be doing a stint, or you at least would lose your license, therefore your livelihood, blah, blah, blah. So I'm 100%, I understand all of that, but the coppers didn't make a charge. Okay? So, not Ezra's fault. The NRL gave him 9 games. Not Ezra's fault. So, you can jump up and down and carry on all you want, but I don't understand what the kid is meant to do. Marty, on the other hand, is 35 years old, and you're not going to find many bigger fans of him than us, especially last year when we were going like busted asses. Marty really was setting tones and doing things that the younger kids weren't. And even this year, I thought he should have been playing a lot more than what he has been. However, he's 35. Ezra's 22. Like, there's a fair gulf of experience, and if Ezra liked one of them things, you could disciplinary him. Like, no, you don't fucking do that. This is what we expect. Blah, blah. Marty knows how clubs work. He's been under a fair few coaches. That's just dumb bullshit. Like, I'm sorry. And we need to get, like, clubs are businesses. I'm sorry. They all are. And the smart business thing was like, holy fuck, we've got an out here where we can terminate this contract because of what he did. We don't want him in the top 30 anyway. We need to free up cap space. Done. And clubs work like that. I'm sorry. If you haven't figured that out yet, well, don't look at the rest of rugby league, because you're going to get fucking terribly disappointed. So, I don't know. It just... People are carrying on a lot about it, and it is the cheapest own goal in the world to say, oh, yeah, you sack him for a bloody liking a post, but you don't sack the bloke that hits a bloody car because he's under the influence. Yep, great. Good work. But we live in the real world, and it's like at your work. If you're a dead shit kicker and you fucking, I don't know, you step in the wet concrete, you're probably going to get sacked because you're a fucking idiot and you're no consequence to the team. If your head electrician accidentally does something similar, he's not getting sacked. It's just how the world works. Like there's what's it called? There's like structures and there's hierarchies that happen in every workplace. They happen in everything. So yeah, you mightn't like it, but that's how the world is, and that's what's happened. So once again, you can't blame Ezra for the punishments because that's the punishments. He served it. Marty, on the other hand, he's fucking near my age, so should be smarter than that, I think. Yeah,
that's it. And it, like you said, it's just how the world works, and it's shit. I really want the NRL to do something. Like, yeah, it's kind of the same as, I mean, when Ezra did that stuff, right? And we can go all the way back to Mitchell Pearce trying to dry hump a dog, and then have a look at Todd Carney pissing in his mouth and compare what they got. And like, seriously, this has been going on that long that at this point, I don't think the NRL want to do anything about it because it allows the businesses to do what the businesses do.
Yeah.
But I wish they would. I wish everyone knew where the line was. I don't know. Anyway, that's my piece
exactly.
on it, guys.
It needs to. You're right. It's hard to put a line in the sand because you don't know what rugby league players are going to fucking do next.
Yeah.
So, like, if you have black and white rules, there's God only knows what sort of grey area they're going to throw at you. But rugby league, for the Ezra thing, they should have said, how many rounds are there? 26 this year?
Yeah, I think so. 27.
26, 27? Should have been, you're going to miss 15 rounds.
Yeah.
Like, over half the year. So that's, people can, whatever. And then they can say, fuck me, Dad. That's, because 9 games, it's sort of wishy-washy. Anything over 10, you go, holy fucking hell, that's, that's over half the year. That's a long time to be sitting in reserve, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
It's, once again, it's not Ezra's fault. It's not Broncos' fault what they handed down.
Yeah. And it's the same as Spencer Leniu for the chat in Vegas last year. How do you compare it? I don't understand.
I don't understand either, but it's the same old thing as in your workplace. You you lose your license, and if you can turn up to your job while you still got a job, you go and say something fucking racist and see how long you last. Like, it's it's not the same, bro. Like, you can't. Yeah, I don't know. You're comparing apples to oranges with all that shit, and once again, it's not the player's fault what you get handed.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. Anyway, that's our piece on that, guys. Hopefully, most of you agree with it. If not, let us know what your thoughts are. Just again, like we've said the entire time, the last 5 or so minutes. The player has fucked up. We're not arguing that.
Exactly.
What we're arguing about is the punishment, and it's not their fault, the punishments that they get. They don't pick their punishments.
No, they're not doing the judiciary themselves.
Yeah, and they don't know what punishments they're going to get either. That's probably why fucking people do dumb shit, because it's just a lottery.
Yeah.
Anyway, we digress from that, and we will move on. Is there anything else you wanted to chat about, mate, or are we going to wrap this thing up?
I think we can bow it, mate. Hopefully a bye is I think we all need a reset after what we've been through for the last 6 weeks. So a bye into Origin, into maybe some baby Broncos, probably a good thing for us. So
yeah, yep. A bye into hook some fucking Origin into my veins.
Oh. The content from here on is just, it's all so elite, isn't it?
Hectic is. Okay, Thoroughbreds, that's all from us. Thank you for tuning in. If you've found us, please spread the word. Much appreciated. Give us a like, give us a share. Go to our socials, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, comment away. A like on our post costs you guys nothing. A comment gives us motivation. Sharing our content introduces the page to others, and hitting the favorite button on things like TikTok and whatnot helps with engagement. Bet responsibly, bet for fun and not the rent. Can't stress that enough. Be a contributor of society. Stay out of one another unless it's consensual, and we'll gallop off into the week. Enjoy.
Thanks, Thoroughbreds.